What's going on, people? Welcome back to Arsenal Uncensored. Of course, myself and Mr. Tony Claude, Gunner TV, is in the building. We're here, of course, Arsenal Uncensored. Real talk, man. You know it's between me and Tony, and we're back again for another week. A lot to go through, of course. We're talking about the Wolves game, Everton game coming up on Saturday. It's gonna be a massive one. We're talking a bit of news as well. We're talking about Havertz with an injury setback. We're talking about Jesus, Gyokeres again, because I know Tony's going to want to come up with that one. So we're talking about that. And a bit of news to do with Yildiz as well, potential move. So we're going to all cover for you today, guys. Big up the chat. Live on both channels. Tony, welcome back, my friends. How you been keeping?
Yeah. See, people, smash the like button. I mean, I already see our guy anyway, Drew Gunners in the house already. Here today, my new head, of moderator, is now down here too. He's always here with me now these days. So it says, cheers, gentlemen. Big ups to Drew Gunners too, and people, smash the like button, support both channels, and just subscribe, like and subscribe. Josh, big, big moment again this weekend. But you know what? Yeah, we'll get into all that. But it's nice having this show again, back to back. Last week, this week, back to back again. Arsenal Uncensored, here to stay. Josh, how you doing, my brother, man? How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm pretty well. Yeah, I've been pretty good, Tony, man. As you rightly said, it's here to stay, this show. I remember like last season we started it, and then we sort of had both things going on when we couldn't continue it. But this time, guys, every single week we'll try our best, me and Tony, to give you guys a show every single week. Now this will be consistent throughout. So you guys love it as well. Both channels, appreciate everyone locked in. Get your comments in, questions in, and we'll pin up on the chat as well. But Tony, let's get right into things, man. I mean, I think we have to. I don't really want to revisit it because it wasn't a great performance whatsoever, bro. But Wolverhampton Wanderers, Graham, man. Wolverhampton. I mean, when we was doing the show beforehand, I said 4-0. You said I think 3-4-0. We was expecting, quite a
no. I didn't say 3-4-0.
Maybe that was me.
3. I said 3-1.
Oh, 3-1. Okay, but still, like it was. We was expecting. You was expecting a comfortable game, right? You was expecting a comfortable result, right? So I'll start with you, bro. I mean, yes, people will say we won the game, but Tony, talk to me about that game, because 2 own goals from Wolves, right? Bear in mind, you brought up the stats. You came with the stats last show. They conceded 33 goals. One of the worst teams the Premier League's ever seen, pretty much. Up there with the Derby County season, people. Yeah, they've not won a game yet this season. And Man United went there, away from home, by the way, and scored 4 past them, people. And that performance, absolutely below standard for sure. At the Emirates as well. Thankfully, Jesus comes off the bench and makes. I know it's an own goal, but we get the winner in the end. But that could have been totally different. Tony, is that when you look at that performance, Tony? Are you concerned?
Yeah.
Is there concerning signs there for you?
No, of course, definitely. I mean, when you're playing the team that's at the dregs of the Premier League, I mean, considered about 33 goals before playing them. I mean, you fancy your chances of actually playing against them, mauling them, pummeling them, and use them to just kind of like rake up your goal margins, the goal difference. Because as it is, City is running away with that goal difference right now. Anyway, they've considered a lot more, but the kind of goals we're raking in now, that our defense is actually lacking right now, it's getting close to that number that they've also conceded. So, but again, it is what it is. Embarrassing game, at the time, when you're playing against Wolves, you just really hope that you would beat them up. You would do the right thing. Mostly since when Manchester United beat them up by 4-1. But again, you also have to put things into perspectives too. Yeah, we can have a clear footballing debate about why Manchester United would smack up Wolves by 4-1. and Arsenal is actually struggling, or was actually struggling to even score a goal. You could just bring at the point that that Wolves actually disrespected Manchester United, and actually came out to play. Yeah, they came out to play. They left their back, they left their defensive their defensive prowess to to the wind, and opened up their back, like Tesco 24 hours service, down there in the UK. Yeah, they just left it open, and Manchester United ripped them open, and tore them apart. And that's due to the fact that they never respected what Manchester United was bringing to the table. By the way, when they faced Arsenal, you saw what happened. Reverted to what other teams are actually doing. Bro, if you don't have the kind of firepower that would favor you against Arsenal, what do? You just, you just shut up shop. 11 men behind the post, and just block it off. And again, bro, this is what all these teams have been doing against Arsenal. Anti-football, anti-Arsenal, tiki-taka. They just want to block their post. They want to minimize the damage and everything. And in the process of minimizing that damage, they actually want to even cause more harm. So Arsenal start to challenge. And bro, it's crazy, yeah. But you would have thought that when we've acquired players like Eze, and we have players like Trossard on that contract. Trossard could find those spaces, thrives in them, finds a way to score goals these days from the wings. Yeah, and he operates in such a manner that he actually brings out this teams that decide to just set up in a low block. He brings them out, and he has the technical ability to actually draw them out of place. While allowing other, attacking assets to find their way within those spaces. Someone like an Eze is also someone with his technical abilities that could be able to draw out those kind of players. But we still find ourselves still struggling against these teams that actually set up in a low block. The manager has to take a big, massive chunk of the whole responsibility. You've been gifted with the players to actually technically open up these teams, but you've done nothing about it. I don't want to take anything away from Bukayo Saka's performances in that game. Even if I thought that game was so stressful, I felt that game was kind of game that Madueke would have been more effective in that game, because of course we all know what Madueke MO is, is to encroach into the final third, make sure he takes 1v1, 1v2 against defenders, against midfielders, no matter what kind of players he's playing. When he's in your final third, he has only one thing in his mind, and that's to get the ball over you, and try to encroach into your 18-yard box. So in so doing, he would literally bring out those defenders that that just want to protect that post. You bring them out. So if maybe Mikel Arteta would have used Madueke to kind of like just unsettle the defense or their defensive tactics a little bit, bring them out and allow other attacking assets to go open them up further, maybe a couple of goals would have been gotten directly from that game. But again, having talked about what we should have done or what not, again we should also talk about Mikel Arteta's technique too, and our striker, within it, we have to do something about that, bro. We have to do something about that. If we have Merino on the bench, if we have Jesus on the bench, probably maybe it should have given. I know we'll talk about Gyökeres later on, but maybe it should have given us something, more earlier in that game. Because when Jesus came on, we saw what he was doing. It was finding positions. It was creating space for himself. It's not the same thing that Gyokeres was in, not the same situation. He literally doesn't have to wait for anyone to pass the ball to him. He goes to get the ball himself. He makes those moves, he makes those runs. If we had someone like that could just really try to help us out, find space, and try to adapt to the game rather than allowing the game or the team really adapt to you. Just adapt to the game and run through with it. Find yourself in positions and make those runs. We might have gotten something more better on the day. So it is what it is. Odegaard, did we miss? Did we miss Odegaard's pressing in that game? It is what it is. Eze was very drab in that game too.
Yeah.
Rice looks knackered. Bro, I mean, we could pinpoint all these things, and it's just an embarrassing game. I don't want to see it at all.
Why? And another thing as well is I feel like there's no trust with some of these players anymore. Why didn't he start Lewis Skelly? Ricardo Calafiori was yellow card suspension. He decided to put Timber back at left back. Then he'll be able to play Ben White. And then look what happened to Ben White, Tony. He's done. Hamstring done. He's came back from injury, running back on the counter attack. You saw him holding his hamstring. Just
he pulled his hammy. He pulled his hammy. And you know what? He'll be out for 1 month. He'll be out for 1 month. Yeah, for 1 month. But again, let me ask you this, Josh. Yeah, I mean, are you kind of like concerned about our injury right now? I mean, we've been talking about this squad depth. Do you think it matches that energy with what is really going on with the team? With everyone just falling like flies right now, we can't really determine, who's fit or who is not fit right now. Does it concern you?
Yeah, a bit, because I mean, we saw all this happen last season, right? And it's a big excuse used from people why we underachieved last season. Everyone was saying the injuries this, the injuries that. And people were saying, oh, the squad's not big enough. Squad's not big. We need a better squad and all that. But now we went in the window and we did the business in the window. We got the squad players. And you look at our season so far, if you go through the entire team, Tony, at least a majority of all our players have picked up an injury, haven't they, this season? By maybe David Raya in goal, which is mad when you think about it. We get players come back and then more goes down. Like I've never seen it. I don't know if you've even an Arsenal side for 2 seasons have this many injuries. Like people can look at people. I've seen a lot of people say it's luck and all that, but we have to look in depth. We have to really look what's going on. Why are we getting so many injuries in the day? Is it what's going on in training? Is it the training methods? Let's not forget some of these players got injured in training. Like Havertz, for example, before his second injury that he got, when he went to the Dubai trip last season, he got injured in a pressing drill. All they're doing was pressing, Tony, and he's done. And majority of these players are getting the similar injuries as well. So you got to look. Is a manager? I always thought that, especially last season, the manager was overplaying some of these players. Like you think about Saka in the Carabao Cup matches last season. You think about Timber had to play for injury against PSG. That came out saying he wasn't 100%. And then we're looking at this season, like Ben White quite clearly is not ready. He's quite clearly not ready, man. He's came back, hamstring injury. Just his hamstring's gone right. Like he's out for another month. People, we've had this so many times before, Tony. Even that players who have never been injury prone at their previous clubs. Yeah, I think about like Partey. It's like when Tomiyasu came in as well. I don't think he ever got injured at Bologna. Partey never got injured.
Even
Norgard as well. But as soon as they come to Arsenal, they get injured every single flipping 2-3 weeks. It seems like. It's so frustrating, bro. It really is. But do you look in, because I know it's like I was actually quite surprised how strong we went against Wolves. That's how much of him we underestimated them as fans going into the game. I thought he'd play Norgard again, for example. Like he did against Club Brugge.
Yeah, right.
I thought Noni Madueke will get a start as well. I was very surprised that he didn't start. I was very surprised. I think, you score a brace, Tony, against Club Brugge, right? You have a superb performance against Brentford, and then what's his reward for that? He's on the bench again.
But again, like we've always said, yeah, the manager is always keeping this thing under secrecy because we don't know how fit Madueke is after those 2 games. That's another thing. And mind you, Madueke is just coming back from injury too. So, probably is that a tactic to kind of like manage, him properly, while using him in the team this time, because we have to put into perspective that he just came back from an injury that kept him out for over nearly 2 months. So I don't know. Sometimes you just feel it like, okay, the manager is right in doing this, but again, after the game, it just gives you so many more reasons why you should have used that player anyway. So I don't know. It's a bit of a dicey thing, yeah. Even this Gyokeres Jesus we're talking about, for the manager to tap into right now. How sure are we that when he comes against very very hard tackles, and that those tackles will come. It's the Premiership, for crying out loud. Can Gabriel Jesus withstand such pressure? Can he withstand such tackles? Having just coming back 1 year, after a 1 year layoff. That's the thing. That's the problem. So, I don't know. I'm a little bit confused about our injury worries right now. But the one that really scares me more is if Timber, because I think Timber there's that thin line there right now. We're hearing rumors that he's out, he's back, he's out, he's out. I don't know. And when you start hearing rumors, consistent rumors that don't go away, about a particular player, about his fitness levels, just know something is up. Because even Timber told us that Mikel Arteta, that he played under Mikel Arteta last season, towards the end of the season, injured. He played while injured.
Yeah. But this is the thing. What if Timber goes down, Tony, and Ben White's out? Who the hell goes right back, people?
You said?
If Timber goes down, say that touch wood, obviously, but let's use the pun. But if Timber goes down and we ain't got Ben White, who do we play right back then?
Oh my God!
Who do we ain't got Party to play right back anymore, like he used to do.
Yeah.
He'd probably put Norgard at right back or something like that. I can't even lie to you people.
That would be a problem. But Norgard, it would probably to use Norgard as an utility kind of player. Because Norgard got in. Norgard came into the team when Saliba was not there, and he played in centre back. So this manager has no shame. The thing I know is that Mikel Arteta has no shame. He could use any player. Bro, he could even use Gyokeres in that position, bro. Don't be shocked, bro. bro.
You might just say Gyokeres.
Bro, but would you be shocked if you see him play there?
I wouldn't, bro. I wouldn't be shocked.
I won't be shocked, bro. I've seen Thomas Partey playing right back. Yeah. Saliba at some point, said that, hey, manager, I'm willing to actually play in that number 9 position if no one is ready to strike. So it is what it is. We've seen it. We've seen a straight midfielder in Mikel Merino become our number 9. So there is no surprises with the structure or with how we're gonna play. When our system is stretched to the limit due to injury, anything can happen. It's possible. But again, I can sense that the players are coming back. Saliba is already back. We have Nkape, who is quite strong down there. Mosquera should be back in less than 2 more weeks. Maybe tops mid-January. He should be back. We should also be expecting Gabriel Magalhaes by first week of January. I think it's back training already. So, we're getting our defensive players back. Timber isn't really injured, but I'm hearing rumors that he's struggling, but still, it is what it is. He's not injured yet. Could still use him. But again, that makes you think. Again, do you think the January transfer window will be open in less than 1 week? Do you think the manager is thinking of getting defensive reinforcement? Left for me, I'm thinking of midfield and left wing.
Left winger, yeah. I can see that.
But how about you? Do you sense any defensive sign?
Potentially now, potentially with Ben White out for a month, Mosquera out for still quite a while. Gabriel will be back soon, I think. But even though people you look how many defenders we actually signed, like in the summer, and then that we have signed over the recent seasons, it's crazy, right? That we're still looking for more defenders now. But maybe if we go for like a younger type defender, even for example, we're looking at midfielders as well. That Mendoza guy, right? 17 million pound deal from Lecce, right? Players on that caliber, and then we'll see what happens with the left winger, Tony. Because it'd be a lot of money to do in January. But Tony, I want to ask you, right? We need to talk about Gyökeres once again, my friend.
Yeah,
we need to talk a bit once again because. You might be onto something, bro. Real talk. What you said last week.
Yeah.
We had a massive debate last week.
Me and you had a massive debate just before that matchup, yeah? And you saw what happened, right?
Again, bro.
Yeah, and it was good. You came to my chat and you said something. You said, see, man, maybe, Tony, maybe you were right. Again, see, Josh, it's not even about whether anyone is right or wrong. The thing there is right now, we have the big blue sharks waiting in the dark, ready to gazump our position. And you know what? That could be a reality on Saturday because they play first before us. And guess who they're playing? They're playing against West Ham.
West Ham at home.
They're playing against West Ham, bro. So, I mean, look at what they did to Brentford. Bro, look at what they did to Brentford in the cup competition. And it wasn't even full strength of the City, innit? It wasn't full strength Man City. It was a watered down Man City with Rico Lewis and Cherky leading the line people. I mean, and O'Reilly and all these other people they put down there. So it is what it is. They're looking good. Pep is managing that squad really well. I'm wondering why they're not dropping like flies with the amount of games they've played. Also, they play in the Champions League. I mean, they played in the league, and they also played. When Arsenal haven't even really played in the EFL Cup. So these games are coming thick and fast. But they look like the team with the momentum now, with how they're playing. They look like the team that's actually managing their depth right now, and it scares me a little bit. It scares me a little bit. So now is not even a time to even argue and bicker among each other. I mean, see, Josh, if you look at the YouTube space here, can't you see the war going on between Arsenal fans everywhere?
Yeah.
There's a big war brewing, bro. A big
civil war, bro. Civil war.
Yeah, it's a big civil war, bro. Brewing within Arsenal fans. Just day before yesterday, Jez and what's that guy's name? It was on the football 12-man show.
Dan Potts, right?
In Dan Potts' show, yeah. And Stricto. There were no war of words. Yeah, there were no war. I'm not here to support anyone, but there were no war of words. Shane Gunnar also, all of them, D, all of them also. See, what are they arguing about? The same thing. Gyokeres. So it's a big issue for us, right? Whether we like it or not, I don't really care what side anyone is on. But one thing we really do know right now is it's a problem for the football club because the striker we brought in to help us out in terms of scoring goals, hasn't adapted to the system, and that's a big worry, because when you look at last season, yeah, we had how many draws did we have last season? 14 draws, right? What about 14 draws?
Yeah, 14 draws. Yeah, crazy.
14 draw last season, yeah. And again, you go back to the drawing board, and then you say, okay, what do we do? How do we do things, and how do we do it correctly? Because Manchester, what's the difference between Manchester and Arsenal? Manchester won the title previously because they have at least a striker that would give them a 20 that will give them 20 goals in the Premier League season, innit? They have Haaland who will give them that. When Liverpool won the title, they have someone like a Salah who will bail them out, like a striker, and give them more than 20 goals. And then you look at Arsenal and you say, oh, okay, there is no 20 goal striker there. So, we have to, so while we're going down the drawing board, we have to bring in someone who would literally score 20 goals. Why I'm taking you back to this is that maybe some people have forgotten the real reason why we brought Gyökeres. Yeah, the real reason we brought him is that he is a bagsman. This is the thing. Yeah. So people are, removing that argument from, that fact from what is happening right now. He was brought in not as someone who would come to actually adapt. No, he was brought in as someone who would come in and start hitting the ground running like a Haaland and start pumping in goals. That's why we brought him. So the talk of him adapting to a system, him trying to, align himself with key players to help him out, to send us balls to him, it wasn't really what we were thinking of. What we're thinking of was, hey, see, you know what? Yeah, we need someone of the ilk of Haaland, someone of the ilk of Salah to come down to this league and start bagging those goals and give Arsenal that advantage over other teams too, in terms of we'll share the goals amongst each other in the team. That's what we've been doing to help us get to that a point where we're challenging for these titles. But again, you do need someone who could be that focal point man, that could grab you those goals. And then you look at Gyökeres, what he's doing, what he was doing in Portugal, the kind of goals he was scoring, what he was doing, how he was ripping it apart in Europe. You would feel like, oh, okay, this is the perfect fit for Arsenal. We don't need to dilly-dally about anything. He comes in, he scores goals. He comes in, he backs goals. I myself said, if he comes down here, he's giving us at least 25 goals in the Premier League. That's what I said.
Same, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's going to give us 25 goals in the league. So, and we were not talking about, that is if Odegaard sends passes to him. Oh, that is if Madueke sends balls to him. That's if we send him on the run. We're not having those arguments at that time. What we were thinking about was we finally got a bagsman. But again, when we get it wrong and he's not scoring those goals, we also have to be the first. If we're responsible fans and responsible podcasters, we have to call it what it is. What we all expected from Gyökeres is not what we're seeing now. It's a different thing we're seeing now. It's a Gyökeres that's not looking confident. If that stems from the manager and the kind of system he's playing, then let's put it on the manager. Yeah. But again, I've also said this: world-class players, no matter how we twist and turn and say, hey, the manager has to tweak the system. I mean, that was the talk that we're having, just the other day. The manager has to tweak the system. He has to change the system. He has to, and again, you also have to remember, why you're talking about tweaking a whole goddamn system for Gyökeres, we have Manchester City, who is just lying in the wait to just wait for you to make this kind of mistake and just power up and get to the summit of the league. So it's coming at the wrongest of times right now. Wrongest of times. So we should also have that responsibility and accountability to say, hey, we got it wrong. He's not the finished product we thought he was. Yeah, you have to come out and say it. You have to come out and say it. He's not the finished product we thought he was. Because one thing I always have at the back of my head is that a world-class player always finds a way. That's how I just say it. A world-class player always finds a way. Always. Kylian Mbappe, coming from Real Madrid, bro, was banging in goals in PSG, came to Real Madrid. The initial shock was there. After a couple of months, he struggled. And then in month 3 or month 4, boom, man started scoring goals. Why? Because he is adapted to the system. And why? He's a world-class striker. We signed Gyökeres as a world-class striker. Whether we like it or not, we signed him as a world-class striker. He won awards in the Ballon d'Or ceremony because of the goals he scored. So if he's not a batsman, they wouldn't have given him those awards. Man was picking up and raking up awards from everywhere, bro. Yeah. So let's not pretend as if man wasn't celebrated as a world-class striker, bro. He was. So when that appendage is given to you as a world-class striker, you have to show it, bro. It's not just in the good times, in the bad times too, when your team needs you. I've seen Erling Haaland. He loses lots of opportunities. Yes, balls get across him most of the time because City build the attack around him. But again, I've seen times when out of nothing, he conjures magic. He makes those runs. He's always finding those spaces. He's hogging the touchline. He's out there trying to outmuscle the goalkeeper. He's making runs, and even no matter how people say, oh, he doesn't drop down deep, that's a lie. It's a big lie. Haaland drops deep at times to help out the team. He drops deep at times to help out the team. So there is no excuse whatsoever, for this Gyokeres team. Yeah. But again, I still don't think he's a fraud. This is what I call the limit now. Yeah. I don't think he's a fraud. Yeah. I've seen him score goals. We're not playing to his strength. That I understand. But it's just that as an individual, you have to assert yourself into the game, adapt into the situation more, and try and cause little problems here and there to make sure that the manager can be able to trust you to kind of like tweak some certain things. But right now, we're not, bro. When I saw him against Wolves, bro, I'm not seeing a guy that's confident, bro. Why would the player trust him to give him the ball?
Look, I hear you, man. I think let's go back to what you said first, right? Before we signed him. I agree with you, Tony. We didn't focus on the system stuff, yeah? It was all about what we saw in Portugal, what we saw in Europe, what we saw for international level. The goals that he scored, the stats were there. 97 goals in 103 games, whatever it is, across the two. That is what we cared about. We looked at the guy, one of the most informed strikers, highest goal scorers in Europe. As you rightly said, he won awards. That was all we focused on. That is what everyone said we was missing, and that's why we signed him. Okay.
Yeah. Now he's came in. No one talked of system. No one talked of system. I didn't hear you talk of system, bro.
No.
You never mentioned any system.
There was none of that system. It was Viktor Gyökeres. He's a goal. He's a goal machine, right? That was the talk before.
Bring him in.
Bring him in. Bring him in, people. That was a talk. So he came in, right? And I get what you're saying, Tony. I agree with you as well. He has to be doing more. If him as a player, obviously the whole system thing, right? Yeah. Clearly he doesn't suit it. But as a player, as you rightly said, he's got to try and make more of an impact. If he can't fit the system, he needs to take things into his own hands effectively. And I saw signs of that in the Burnley game, for example, right? And I know it's Burnley, right? But in the Burnley game, that first half, you saw that pass when they had the transition on the corner, right?
Yeah.
Not only did he score, but where he got the ball and he switched the ball like all the way to Trossard, and then Trossard with a cross right side that. That's when, excuse me, that's him taking things into his own hands. You know, that's him getting involved more. Like that's what he needs to do as a player, because otherwise we're gonna get games like this week in week out, Tony. Even against Wolves. I mean, you look at their defenders, Tony. They're awful, mate. Yeah, awful. You had that Mosquera guy, mate. Yeah,
awful. Awful, especially that Mosquera guy.
That Mosquera guy, flipping the guy who choked stamped Havertz last season and tried to touch Gabriel Jesus, and he got karma by the way because he scored the own goal. He scored the own goal as well for their second one, so a bit of karma there, which is probably the only.
Yeah, a bit of karma, ain't it? Yeah.
But Mosquera, and then I don't know who else they had next to him, but either way, these are like championship level defenders that he's.
Oh my god! You should be scoring against them.
He should be. He should be, right?
He should be, bro.
He should be making them making hard work, but let's be real with it, Tony. They had an easy night. Them two centre backs had an easy night against Gyökeres, and I've seen this from many teams now where he's not doing enough for me against these centre backs. Like he'll try and put his body in front of them, and he'll try and use his physicality, but that's not enough.
It's not enough, bro. They even push him aside, bro. I've seen Gyökeres with much power, bro. Yeah, you know he has the strength, you know he has the power. But bro, they brush him aside, bro. They brush him aside, bro.
The thing is,
that's how bad it is. That's how it stinks, bro, right now. Again, see, I'll say this again. Gyökeres is not a finished player.
No way.
Gyökeres is not a bum player, people. Don't get it twisted. He's a dangerous guy. I know he can rediscover that touch. But again, we have to go back to the drawing board now. If you're not doing well, across those lines, who do we blame? We have to blame the manager, right? It's the manager takes everything. Yeah, good. What is Mikel Arteta doing to actually make sure that his striker that he brought in for about 67 million plus is firing again? That should be the focus. So now, is Mikel Arteta doing anything in training to help him out? Let's see what happens. But mind you, this question was thrown just last week to Mikel Arteta, and I was so shocked that I saw in the papers where Mikel Arteta was saying that the players also have to take the blame for Gyökeres not scoring goals. Now, that's a big expose, bro. I've never heard, and he said it, I confirmed everything, and he said it. I've never heard Mikel Arteta throw his complete team under the bus like that.
True.
So it's big it's not just a civil war amongst Arsenal fans. This could literally be a civil war within our camp itself.
The thing is,
I've never heard Arteta do that, bro.
You're spot on, because I remember Arteta even if we lose games, Tony, right? He'll back the players the whole time. He'll say, "Oh,
he backs them up." Yeah,
I'm very proud of the players.
Mostly civil rights.
Yeah, but it's interesting you say that, man. Very interesting that you say that. It's the players got to take responsibility. He's never said something like that, has he? Before, man, never said something like that. And to be honest with you, right, we have to look like the reason why, Tony, right? What's gone wrong with this with Gyökeres, bro? What is the reason for this? Is it all on him? Like, I get what you say, he has to do more. You know, he's got to be more. If he ain't getting the service, he ain't getting the system. But you got to look overall in this attack this season. Our best attack has been Leandro Trossard, people, right? I'm looking at Eze. Other than Tottenham game, Tony, I'm concerned about Eze as well. I don't know about you, bro, but I'm a bit concerned about Eze. I'm watching him against Wolves. I'm watching him these types of games, you know, and he's, for me, not doing enough.
Yeah.
Like, that's another one we got to look at there, though.
But I mean,
and when Odegaard plays
things like that go wrong, you have to blame the manager. Bro. And again, it could be the system too. And again, it could, bro. Eze was the man at Crystal Palace. It was built around him. But in this Arsenal team, man, I'm sorry, it's not built around you. You have to find your way into this team and find yourself into those spaces to be able to push yourself, you know, into the core of the team. You have to walk yourself around the core itself. And that's what I'm saying. You don't just wait for people to pass the ball to you. You ignite something. You spark something. And that's why I'll take you back to the goals Eze scored against Tottenham. You saw his movement, right? You saw his movement, right? You saw his placement, his positional awareness.
Top class.
It's just where you want him to be. That's where you want your attacker to be. Just exactly outside of the 18-yard box to take those snapshots, because you know it's gonna come in front of that position here. So where are you when those kind of balls are being set up? Where are you? So that makes me feel like these players sometimes, you have to want the ball. You have to take responsibility. You have to make those runs. You have to position yourself, bro. Again, and this is what I'm saying, that there's no excuse in this system, because in this same system, Trossard is thriving in this system. It's finding space. It's taking on players. He's scoring goals. He's having a new lease of life, bro. Under the same system in Europe, Martinelli has 5 in 5 under the same system.
Facts.
People under the same system. Madueke came in from a totally different system, a system that actually didn't want him at all. I bought him, and he came down here and scored against Bayern Munich, bro. He scored against Bayern Munich, bro. And again, scored further 2 more goals against FC Brugge. And in Premiership games, he's always encroaching into the final third and causing more problems, bro. And it is still under the same system. So, and again, if you look at that second goal against Brugge, that's a typical example. When that ball came from the cross, do you know where Madueke was? Do you know where he situated himself? Do you know where was his position in that second goal against FC Brugge?
Where you mean the one where he scored a banner?
Yeah. No, not the banger, the header.
Oh, the header. He was
where was he?
Back post, wasn't he?
My day, bro. It doesn't, bro. See, it's simple, it's easy. He found a way, he found a position. Bro, see, it's easy. You just have to find, bro. You have to find the space. The space is there. It was hugging that back post. In fact, I saw that goal coming before anyone saw it. And if I am sensing it, bro, why would a killer who have scored nearly about 100+ goals smell that, bro? You have to be like The Rock. You got to smell what The Rock is cooking, bro. It's simple, bro. So if you Gyökeres, you need to. I know the system is tough. I know the system is garbage. I know Arteta has failed you. But again, you can't tell me, bro. Gyökeres can't tell me that for once he never thought about the system of the manager before he made that move and came down here.
Oh, sure.
Before he made that move, his representatives have already spoken with Mikel Arteta. Arteta have already been on a phone call with him. Hey, this is how I'm gonna use you, and then he agrees, bro. Why are we acting like there's no system? With how players come into football clubs. You have to talk with the manager. The manager will tell you, hey, this is my vision of how I want to use you. And Gyökeres definitely had no problem with it, because man revolted from his former club, left his former club that he was a legend in acrimoniously, and signed for Arsenal. So he must have liked Arteta's system. Arteta must have sold that system to him. So it is what it is, So even if we do give Arteta that blame for the system, but again, you're a world-class striker, bro. Quit the talking. Shut up. Get your confidence back. Start firing Arsenal, because that's what we got them paying you to do. Find a way. And slowly the team can start trusting you again to send it the ball. No, do you know why? Really, all the whole balls across the right-hand side goes to Bukayo Saka. Because the element of trust is with Bukayo Saka, bro.
Saka.
Because they know something's gonna come out from there, bro. If they're giving it to Gyokeres, bro, you don't know what you're getting.
So do you think the players don't trust Gyökeres then? Is this what you're saying?
Bro, how would you trust a striker who have just scored 4 goals in about 15 Premiership matches, bro? How would you, bro? Are we drunk? Who's gonna trust? Bro, come on, bro.
But should they?
Come on, bro.
Yeah, but
come on, bro. Don't do this. He's having the same numbers with. He's having the same numbers with Van der Ven.
Okay, but have they ever even trusted him since he even came into the club?
Bro, let's don't lie. Setting balls have been going to him. Setting balls have been going to him.
For sure. But
let's don't lie. I mean, I've been seeing lots of lies. Like no balls. I've got. It's a pure lie. They've been sending, some kind of balls to him. But I've seen Premiership defenders brush him aside, bro. Let's not remove that element, bro. They've brushed him aside, bro. They've brushed him aside. Let's don't lie about that. Certain balls have gotten to him. And again, as a striker, you have to position yourself in a way where you sniff up those chances and try to score a goal. Do you know he slid for a ball against Wolves? Do you know he slid for a ball against and lost it? Do you remember?
I remember.
Yeah,
but is that
he slid. It was a crossbar because Saka. He slid. He didn't get the goal. Good. Okay, good. Throw that away. That's not a pass. Okay, good and okay. When we played against who did we play against? That Trossard bailed us out.
Fulham, right? The 1-0 Fulham game. 1-0. Where
that Trossard bailed us out.
He's
Aston Villa. Aston Villa.
Yeah,
the goal he scored when it was crossed. It was an initial chance for Gyökeres to actually score the goal.
Yeah, but
he actually slid. He missed it, and then Trossard scored the goal. So how come Trossard is finding himself in the back post, bro? Finding the decent place to be, positionally aware of what to score a goal, and then the batsman is not actually finding that. Bro, come on, bro. Let's don't do this, bro.
But don't you remember at Sporting, everyone's fear and Gyökeres' weakness? The only weakness was the least amount of headers that he scored. Do you not remember people saying he's weak aerially? A lot of people said he ain't that great in the air. It's not his game. So I get we agree he needs to be doing more. We agree that he needs to there's a lot more that this guy can do to get involved and make an impact. But Tony, we do not play to the guy's strengths. I'm sorry, bro. That's the main thing we need to look at here. Arteta, as a manager, has never been able to adapt his system to a natural number 9 striker. I'm sorry. Yeah, people could talk about Aubameyang. He played Aubameyang on left wing for Arsenal majority of the games. Let's not forget he shifted him out to left wing. And we had Lacazette. We don't even talk about Lacazette. Yeah, look at his last season, completely off it. I think he went a whole season without scoring like an away goal or something.
But bro, we don't have that time. We don't have that,
no,
bro.
We don't.
Do you see where the Blue Sharks are? We don't have that time to experiment and do all this experimentation and wait for Gyökeres to adapt to the system. There is no time for that, bro.
So what do we do then? Do we play Marino up front for the rest of the season then?
Bro, we mix it up. In fact, I even want to see Martinelli up front now, bro. How about that? Yeah,
I agree with
bro. I wanted to. Yeah, anyone. See, and again, it should be simple. Anyone that should be giving us goals in up front is who should be able to start up matches right now. Let's just do it in a fair way. Score goals for us, and then keep your place. Let's do it in a merit-based system. How about that, bro? Until Gyökeres can be able to find the shooting boots. How about, bro? I knew you were embarrassed about that Gyökeres performance against. Bro, come on, man. There's no one who would be happy when you see that kind of performance, bro. Against the bro. And I've seen him against worse sides that have conceded lots of goals this season, bro. Against West Ham, did you see how drab he was? against West Ham, bro. He didn't even score. West Ham are one of the worst conceding goals this season in the Premier League, bro. I've seen him against worse sides, and he's not scoring goals. Yeah, I'm not saying he's finished. He's not a dead striker. He's just a victim of circumstances.
That's what I'm saying
for the system.
Surely
but again, we shouldn't waste that time when I got them time to chase.
Okay, I hear it, yeah, but this guy doesn't get crap overnight, my friend. This guy does not go from scoring that many goals to come in here. I'm glad you said that he's not finished. I'm glad you agree that there's a player in there, right? I think that's what you're saying. There's a player in there, right?
Yeah, but there is.
At the end of the day, right? You look at that Wolves game. That one shot he had was when the only time I saw him actually in the box, Tony, when he spun that defender and he had the shot. He should have scored. Those are the positions. You get that one chance. Strikers like Haaland, yeah, because this is the thing. I've seen a lot of people talk about his touches, yeah, like he had like 11, 12 touches or whatever it is. But I think Haaland goes through similar touches now at Man City. But the difference with Haaland, the guy only needs that one chance, yeah, or that guy needs that couple, and then he takes it. So I get that. He should have scored.
Bro, I've even seen his first touch, bro. Oh my days! Have you seen Gyökeres' first touch, bro?
Yeah, but really? I'm watching him against Wolves. I'm watching him against Wolves at the halfway line trying to take on players. It's not his game.
It's a nightmare.
I'm seeing him in a halfway line trying to do little flicks, yeah, past Wolves players. If you guys remember that scenario, why is he?
Yeah, exactly, bro.
He needs to be making runs in behind. Make the runs in behind like he did against Sporting Lisbon. I get it's a different league. But we never play the guy in behind. We always out wide the whole time. And then when he doesn't get the ball, yeah, when we're doing these crosses in, he's got 3 players on him. His aerial ability is not that good. And we knew this before, right? So he's useless in that sense, yeah. And then I'm seeing him when he doesn't get the ball, he has to come out wide all the time to try and get involved in the game. He has to drop so deep because this is how our flipping Jesus and Havertz played and Marino played for Arsenal, right? He has to try and do that same role. It doesn't suit the guy. It's not his game. He's an out-and-out striker. He's all he can do is score goals, which is very beneficial. When you look at that's what a striker like Erling Haaland can do. Yeah, like these type of strikers. Yeah, all they need, they're just goal machines. They just scream goals. Yeah, and he proved that last season. But we are not playing to the guy's strengths, man. So I got a feel for him in that sense. But at the same time, I think me and Tony are agreeing here, guys. It's not even a debate or anything like that. We're agreeing because we're both saying this guy as a player, if the system's not suiting you, you have to take it into your own hands. Yeah. So this is where we're at. But honestly,
there's no doubt. For me, I still think he's a world-class player. Don't get that wrong. He's just a victim of the system. Now, and again, Josh, this is what I've always told you, that I want the manager out. Yeah, I'm not gonna be the one to bang that point all the time because it's useless. He's here to stay, so there's no need destabilizing the club because he's not going anywhere. If you come to think about it. But left for me, I want him out, and that's for a reason, not because I hate the manager, but because I feel that just maybe we could get someone more experienced to come in and make use of this team. And get us some trophies, because what they classify as a fool is when you do something again and again and again with no change. I mean, it's sheer stupidity, and we're failing. We're not getting trophies. For once, the big time media and also podcasters alike are thinking that, or are saying, with one chorus, that finally Arsenal have now gotten a team that can be more closer than ever to winning a title, because we have all the whole minerals to win the title. It's now about the mentality. We have the resources, we have the players, we have the depth. It's now about the manager. How can he get us through over the line? And these are big questions. Yeah, how can the manager get Gyökeres scoring again? Good. Good. Josh, if we follow all these arguments, good. Now, we're playing a system. Listen to this, Josh, because this is a big problem, Yeah. We're playing a system right now that Gyökeres is not walking in right now. We're currently top in the Premier League. We're currently topping the Champions League. We're currently forefront runners in the EFL Cup, mostly if we beat Crystal Palace next week. We're in a quadruple of trophies. Mind you, we still do have FA Cup coming up. Throw that all away. In 4 competitions, we are still there, and we're totally on top of 2 of the major ones that we want to really be in. Good and okay, no problem. And that system has gotten us up to that place without Gyökeres leading that system or being a focal point in that system. Then good enough. So now, if we're to now start doing experiments now on Gyökeres and on the systems and on tweaks and on the changes that would actually help Gyökeres to score goals, there is no assurance that we would still be 100% effective in those competitions that we're currently topping right now, because we'll be tweaking a system that has been working for us.
But has this system, is this been the main reason? Well, so you're saying the system, the style of play and the way how you play football, you're telling me that's been the main reason why we're top of the league, why we're top of Champions League?
Bro, is it AI playing for us? Josh, I know you're a Gen Z, bro.
But
is it AI playing for us right now?
No.
Is it AI that got us a Champions League of the table? Is it AI that got us to the Premier League top of the table? Is it AI that beat Bayern Munich? Is it AI that beat Atletico Madrid? Bro, it's not AI, it's real life. It's system. But
Tony, look at the way we're playing football, though, my friend. Like, some of these games, we're getting out of jail from the set pieces. That's not to do with the system. That's to do with the set pieces, my friend. You look at many games, many teams that we play against low block. We get out of jail from a set piece, which is a good weapon to have. But you cannot disagree with me here. Sunderland, we drop points. Chelsea, we drop points. There's 10 men, right? Aston Villa, we lost. Okay. Wolves, we scraped a win from 2 own goals. Are you telling me this is a glorified system that's gonna? Yes, it's got a top of the league, but we got from 7 points.
I've not said it's a glorified. Again, you're not getting my point. It's not a glorified. I mean, you just added your sauce on it, bro. You added a spin on it, bro.
You're saying this is the reason why we're top of the league.
I did not say a glorified, bro. The way you said the glorified, it's like I'm saying, it's the lordship of system.
No, because you're saying this is the reason why we got top of the league. You're saying this is the reason why we got top of Champions League. And yes, we've had good games.
Bro, like, literally, that's what it is. The system has worked without Gyökeres. Because if the system hasn't worked without Gyökeres, we will be in 4th place right now in the league. We would be in 9th place in the league, in the Champions League. We will be bundled out of the EFL Cup. We never get to semi-finals, finals again in the Carabao Cup. But if we literally beat Crystal Palace, we're into the top 4. That's what I'm talking about. That's literally what I'm talking about. The system has gotten us to this point without Gyökeres. Now I'm fettering that argument to the Gyökeres issue, not to glorifying any system. I'm attaching it to that Gyökeres issue. So now, if we're to do what every other person is saying, let's tweak the system. Let's change the system. So now we have to be ready. When you're changing something, you don't know if it works or not. There's no, you're not a god. I'm not a god. You don't know if it works. We only know of a system that works. And the system that works is what has gotten us up there right now in the Champions League and in the Premier League right now. So now, good. Let's make Gyökeres work. So now it means we have to be prepared. If we break down the system that's working for us just to shoe on Gyökeres to score goals, then we have to be prepared to drop more points. Yes, we have to be prepared for that fact.
Well, it's a risk, isn't it?
We have to be prepared to lose games against Champions League teams. Yeah, because the whole dynamic of shoehorning Gyökeres into a goal scoring machine in a system means that it will leave lapses at the back for us. Mostly now that was comparing with defender fitness levels. It will leave us, gaping open in the midfield because everyone will be trying to shoot on. Gyökeres will be neglecting our strong sides in using the wings, and will be gearing all efforts towards throwing and looping up balls through the middle, which means that you could actually loop nearly up to 15 balls in through the middle and neglect Saka and neglect Madueke and neglect Trossard, which are the strongest sides where we're getting goals this season in the Champions League, in the Premier League. So all these things here that we're saying, we have to be very careful. You have to back it up when it happens, bro. Because when it happens, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, let me just reply to his comment. Yeah, big up to this guy. He's in your chat. He said this guy is
big up to you, Jim.
Listen, my friend, I'm picking games that we've gone. My point is we've gone from 7 points clear in the Premier League above Man City, right now down to 2 points. You know, and this has been a course off of like the past 4 or 5 games, and even against Wolves, for example, we scored 2 own goals. Yeah, like this is the games I'm. It's not just me picking out we drop points. Yeah, it's the fact that I'm looking. We've gone 7 points clear in a very good position, a very comfortable position. Now down to 2, and when Man City beat West Ham, they go above us, and we got to get a game against Everton. Just like that, things can change so quickly. And it's the way how we've been playing, because many times this season, I feel like we have been running our luck. We've had really good games. I'm not denying that. Where we talk about the system stuff, it has worked. You know, you think about the Tottenham 4-1, you think about the Bayern Munich 3-1 in the Champions League as well. You know, every Champions League game, fair play to that. But majority of these games as well, we've been relying on a lot of set pieces as well. That's not to do with the system. That's, set pieces, which, as I said, is good to utilize. But you've got to look at, is the way how we're playing, is it sustainable? That's the thing I'm looking at, because quite clearly in the recent games, we've gone from 7 points all the way down to 2 points. And you look at our attack this season, as well. Like we said it earlier, our best attacker has been Trossard this season, people. He's been our best attacker. And you see when we lose a few defenders, like Gabriel and Saliba, we start conceding goals. So that is where I'm talking about how this system, for me, it is a risk, Tony, if we have to adapt it. I get what you're saying. It is a risk. It's a gamble.
Josh, that's what I'm saying. It's a very big risk. So again, are you ready to tweak into a system that's a very, very big risk, mostly when the player hasn't really given you enough to really trust him to build the game all around him, because you'll be neglecting what you've done with Trossard, you'll be neglecting their form, you'll be neglecting what we've transformed Madueke into. Bro, look at the beast. Bro, Madueke has never, let's talk about it, people. Madueke has never been talked up like this, in this light, in world football, ever, until he came to Arsenal. Let's talk about it, people. Yeah? So we'll be, if we're trying to shoot on this Gyökeres narrative, this Gyökeres thing, tweaking the system, would actually be, rolling back the improvements we've made with Madueke. Do you know why it has taken us to actually get any kind of end product from Madueke? Madueke is a guy that, we all know he probes into the 18-yard box, into the final third, and is bereft of ideas. We've finally got him scoring goals now. We've finally now see Trossard could exploit spaces, and he's scoring goals now. Yeah? Saka is still down there. So we still have about 3 more players that could be doing their thing. So now, if we're now gearing all our hopes and all our chances and everything on a Gyökeres, who many of the team members don't trust right now, in a system that we necessarily don't trust either, because it's a new system, Josh. No, I'm not breaking down the point so that you could see and imagine. That's all I'm saying. No, I'm not saying I'm correct. I don't think I might be correct, though. I'm just bringing in perspectives so that we could be able to look into them and talk about it.
I hear it, but I also look at people talk about change the system. I've seen a lot of comments. Big at Eros and Drew. Drew makes a great point here as well. Why is Arteta scared of trying something new we're starting to get found out. It's pretty obvious, don't you think? 100% agree. But then you look at Arteta as a manager. Is the guy going to be... I feel like the guy has a lot of arrogance. Yeah, I don't see him changing the system at all. People say tweak the
He's
system.
not, bro.
He's not going to do it, people. He won't do it.
I mean, we all know the manager, bro. Come on, bro.
Manager, people. He's not going to change the system. He's not. But yeah. Right. What was... what did I want to share? I want to ask you on this. So we're going to just quickly say on the striker. I want to share this, right? Gabriel Jesus said this, Tony. He's got unfinished business at Arsenal. I don't want to leave. We can wake up the sleeping giant. With this manager in the squad, we can do it. I trust my football. I trust God's plan. And I know if I get a chance, I can help the team with the win the league. This is what Gabriel Jesus is saying. Obviously,
okay,
he's came back. He's
okay.
Yeah. This is the thing that
Josh, isn't that what you want to be seeing your striker talking about? Isn't that what you want to be seeing, bro? I want to be seeing things like this, bro.
And credit to this guy, man. And listen, Jesus, right? This guy's a decent player, but can he be reliable? Is this a player we're going to put all our eggs into one basket? Are we going to rely on this guy? Because I said it on last show, Tony. We saw him against Crystal Palace. He came back, hat-trick. Next game scored a brace against them, and then he gets injured in the FA Cup. He's out for another season. Since that World Cup injury is so disappointing, because that pre-World Cup Jesus, we're thinking, what a player we have on our hands right now. Ever since he had that injury, he's been getting setback after setback with his knees. Yeah, he's. Are we gonna? I mean, I think you mentioned it earlier about not starting Noni Madueke because in case of the injury concern, right? Do we have to look at this the same with Jesus? Do we have to rush him back in?
But again, would it be rushing again? Would he be rushing back when it's almost 1 year, and of course it took time before. I mean, we already know that surgery was done on that, on that part of his body, and it has worked out. He's looking good in training. They've even done lots of mock games for him for his fitness levels. And he's looked good. He came on against Wolves. He looked good. He came on against Brugge. Bro, he looks good. He's finding space. Bro, see, Josh, this is bonkers for anyone to think, yeah? Or for anyone to actually imagine that Jesus can be a valuable asset for us going through this title running, people, yeah. Yeah, things have happened to him before. I completely get that. But we can actually manage him. And this is why I've said, I don't think Gyökeres is a finished striker or something like that. I'm not into that nonsense, calling him a fraud, finished. No, I'm not into that. He's a victim of the situation, victim of the system. But we cannot say, bro, see, you probably meet lots of people who are victims of the system, bro. Let's divide away from football just a bit. Yeah. There are people who are real victims of the system. But you cannot just say because you sympathize with them that they are victims of the system doesn't really mean you will go out of your way to love them over your own family. Or love them over at the detriment of your own self. You have to make sure that you yourself are not a victim of that same system that you're both fighting against. You can literally sympathize with them, but you have to first make sure you're not a victim of that system in its very self. That's what I'm actually trying to paint a picture here. I sympathize with Gyökeres because this system is not working for him. Pending until he can be able to reenact himself, let the stars align for himself, trick the system for himself, because the manager we have is not going to do it. I can swear to you, I know Mikel Arteta. He is never ever gonna tweak a system for nobody.
No chance.
He's a proud guy. He's not gonna tweak a system for anyone. We know it. So why are we Arsenal fans sitting here acting as if we know it all? We know it for sure. Let's go by the facts that we know. We know Arteta is not gonna change any system for no goddamn person, bro. So why are we now sitting down here acting and saying we need to tweak? Who is gonna tweak the system, bro? Who is gonna do it? Is it a ghost? Is it AI that's gonna, bro? I mean, Arsenal fans. I mean, let's think for a moment, bro. Do you think Arteta is gonna tweak a system for someone, one man? You think so? Really? Anyone who's in this chat who can bet it with me and tell me that Arteta is gonna tweak the system for someone, bro? Let me know. Tell me. Chance. I want to see how sure you are, bro. Arteta is tweaking no system for anyone. And neither is he gonna tweak a system for a striker he didn't want in the first place. Arteta would rather die on his shield. I know it, bro. This is a manager I've studied over 6 years, bro. He would rather die on the shield and get sacked of this football club than to change his philosophy or change whatever he thinks about football than to shoehorn Gyokeres or to build around Gyokeres. He would rather get sacked. That's what I know about this manager. I'm completely sure about that, and this fact was in it, bro. He would not change anything. That's for sure, bro. So since that's a fact, then the only other option is for Gyökeres to reignite himself, find himself, fight and rage against the machine, and know that he's fighting for his reputation by giving us something out of nothing, and then we can begin to trust him. Then the system itself can begin to trust him too. Imagine if he scores 2 goals now against Everton, and in the next game he scores 2 goals against Crystal Palace in the same system. I don't think they would always like to use the outlets more often again. They would now start looping balls to him. Why? Because that trust has been established with Gyökeres. But when you're not giving us anything right now to go by, they would always keep using our outlets in Bukayo Saka, Madueke, and Trossard to find goals. He has to give us something, Gyökeres. Give us something to back you up with, bro. Just little, bro. Something little. If you're not scoring against the worst team in the league, if you're not piling up goals against West Ham, these teams have recorded nearly double conceded goals this season. If you can't do that, how can the team trust you to score goals? How can we trust you to build the team around you? It doesn't work in that way, bro. Give us something, and then maybe the system itself will trust you, bro.
Yeah.
Trossard is flourishing, bro. Trossard is flourishing, bro. Trossard is flourishing, bro. Madueke is flourishing, bro. What are we talking about right out here? What are we doing here? Are we drunk? Are you not seeing Madueke scoring goals and encroaching into the final third? Are you not seeing Trossard finding space? Yeah, 1v1, 1v2, encroaching while attacking those spaces too, and scoring goals too. Really, are we doing this? Seriously?
Tony, there's a few questions for Tony. You got to ask yourself, do you trust this system? It's been failing for 6 years plus, says Eros. Big up Eros every single time.
Yeah, big ups.
Andrew also says, Tony, his first touch is horrible because he's forced to meet the ball face on and not in behind. He doesn't get any through balls except from the Leeds game.
Oh my God. Bro, why all these excuses for, bro? Why didn't Kai Havertz get to this kind of excuses, bro? Why are Arsenal fans finding excuses? See, bro, I don't have anything against Gyökeres. Gyökeres still remains on the banner of my channel because I trust him. He's on the banner. He's on my banner. I trust him. Yeah, but people, again, call it what it is. He's not performing now. Take that responsibility. Remove that wool from your eye. See, Arsenal fans, I'm telling you guys, yeah, if we don't win this trophy this season, bro, if we keep bickering about Gyökeres and us shoehorning him into this team when he's not doing anything, bro, we'll regret it. You know why? Look at the big channels, bro. Do you know that in the big six bands, yeah, that the Tottenham fan is the one representing Arsenal fan? Big Steve was actually roasting Arsenal when we dropped points, yeah? And it's a Tottenham fan that is actually talking as an Arsenal. You guys go, you guys get around. Go watch what is happening down there, bro. See, if we lose this title, bro, because of this bickering we're doing and arguing amongst ourselves, having this civil war against each other rather than supporting our team and making sure that anyone that can get goals represents us right now, bro. The common sense thing, yeah. See, people, we're gonna lose this charge, yeah. And then Arsenal fans will be slagged off everywhere we go to. Even more. We won't even have mouth to talk in streams no more, people. It's getting to that situation, people. Just find your own para state and call yourself Arsenal fans, because all this other, bro, we're gonna look like the most stupid, the most foolish fan base ever that ever existed, bro. If we continue with this civil war, bro. Gyökeres is not scoring, bring someone else to help out. And again, I'm not saying that Gyökeres shouldn't play. Maybe start a Merino in some games, start Gyökeres in some games where we need that physical, that physical buffer, here and there. In some games, start Jesus until we get Gyökeres, understanding the system. Then we can go with that. But right now, people know, and there's no luxury for doing all this experiment and tricking of systems. Man City is right the corner. They're around the corner, people. The blue sharks are waiting to bite us up, people.
Another question: are we good, Andrew? Big up. Are we good on the counter attack, Tony? Are we good on set pieces without Gabriel? Is this horseshoe tactic is a proper system? And he says our answer: no.
Our counter attacks are drab these days anyway. When was the last time we scored with a counter attack anyway? But of course our set pieces still remains the weapon of mass destruction that we have. But again, we also need to see, people, we are also in a system that is also now falling apart in a way because of the injuries that now get into most of the core members of this team. Gabriel, people keep throwing the fact away that we're crying that we lost to Aston Villa. We're crying that we nearly missed against Wolves. We're crying that we nearly lost to Chelsea. But we've totally forgotten the glue. And that glue is that guy at the back with our set-piece goals, people. Since he's gone away, our set-piece goals have dried up. Seriously. We have to actually struggle with Wolves to get 2 goals from, to get that goal from set-piece. So it is what it is. When he comes back, maybe things will now, come back to that unit again. Set-piece goals will be there to bail us out. But for right now, let's just cope with the system, trying to use Jesus more and fine-tune Merino into scoring goals for us. While we also allow Gyökeres to adapt to the system by giving him those so-called games too. But if it doesn't work out, maybe in the 60th minute, hack him off. Bring in Merino in some other games. Start Merino. Bro, it's simple, bro. Anyone who is going to give us goals to get ahead, just give us goals to get ahead. Because by this Saturday, Man City is going top, bro. And I think after then, then we will stop with all this nonsense Gyokeres talk, the civil war we're having about Gyokeres. When Man City tops the table on Saturday, then we would understand the problems we're having right now. That tricking the system isn't really the issue. It's more about using the players and trusting the players that have bailed us out already to keep bailing us out. While we make sure that other team members who haven't really integrated into the team integrate on time and get us up there. That's just it. But again, Josh, we have Everton. How about that?
Yes, let's move on. Let's move on to the Everton one.
Enough of this Gyökeres thing. It's giving me headache.
We got bigger things. We got bigger things.
Arsenal fans are having a big civil war. We're bickering among each other. We're hitting each other. We're almost fighting each other, bro, on streets. And these rival fans are watching these things and seeing these disgraceful things we're doing on air. And they're looking at us and they're taking the piss at us, bro. They're laughing at us, bro.
Yeah, facts.
They're laughing at us. Mocking us.
Let's move to the Everton game then. That's definitely more important, as you rightly said, bro. Because as you said earlier, City play first. West Ham as well at home. We know what West Ham are like, Tony, and we know what City have definitely, as you said, against Brentford, even against Crystal Palace. Away at Selhurst Park, they've done them by 3 goals. You got if Haaland wasn't scoring enough, then you now got Phil Foden and getting involved. Players like Turkey as well, like they seem to maybe have turned the corner. And you look at the table right now, 2 points behind us.
Josh, I'm sorry. You see this comment that's showing right now.
Where?
You see this comment that's showing right now. If a player tweaks Arteta's system, consider him on the bench. Do you remember when Martinelli was the only one that Mikel Arteta favored to always start on that left-hand side? Do you remember when we were always calling him out and saying, hey, Martinelli, what are you doing there? Every week, he keeps dishing out stinkers and we're getting nowhere. Bro, do you remember those times? Who's currently manning our left-hand side right now?
Well, it would have been Trossard, but he's still
injured. It's Trossard. Trossard is the one, is our go-to guy right now. He's our number one winger on the left-hand side right now. He tweaked the system. He tweaked how he could play, re-engineered how he plays. He now scores goals. He's now finding spaces. He's positioning himself properly. His speed has now ticked up real good. And he's really looking good right now. And you know what? That's why he's tweaked the system. And that's why he's starting right now over Martinelli in the Premiership, people. So there's flaws in what you said, Eros, down there. Trossard tweaked the system and he's not on the bench. He tweaked it and he's not on the bench. Gyokeres can tweak the system. I'm not even saying he should just show us a little. Just give us a little. The blame is with the manager, Eros. No one is saying, I've not said the blame is not with the manager. But Eros, Eros, you're old school, you're OG. You know this manager is not going to change anything. You know this. You know it. You know, he's not going to change anything.
He's not.
Gyokeres, so do you mean that, he's not going to change anything, then Gyokeres should just stay like that as a failure? Is that what he should do? Just sit down as a failure? Because we know the manager is not going to change anything. So Gyokeres just stay like a failure. I don't understand these things, bro. It's in his best interest to do something. Then if he does something, then if he's on the bench for that, then good and okay. Just a word right now, Josh. Kai Havertz returned from injury, has had another setback. So man is not going to be coming back by next week as scheduled before.
January.
He's going to be back by the 1st or the 2nd week of January. So he's had another setback on his injury. So people, don't be scared. Kai Havertz is not coming to take Gyokeres' space. Forget that. Right now. Let's just major on Jesus and Merino sharing that same spot with Gyokeres and let's find a way forward. Big up to other man who's in my chat.
Big up other man.
And Eugene in Gosa. Big up to you, bro.
Big up people in both chats as well. As Tony said, Arsenal forward Kai Havertz set to be sidelined until early to mid-January following the setback he suffered last month in his rehab from minor knee surgery. In November, he's apparently 1 week from returning to the squad before the setback. He was that close, and then he gets another setback, Tony. So there we go, guys. Tony's right. early to mid January is when we'll see Havertz come back to this team. So he ain't replacing Gyökeres until you know, mid January. So he's right. We got
So
Marino,
even our players
Gyökeres,
that are
Ozil.
injured can't even come back. You know, so we're in such a big problems, bro. It's frustrating, man. It's frustrating.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Supporting the
Havertz
football club, bro.
meant
I'm
to be
tired.
meant to be back in November, set back now until January. All these setbacks, bro. It's ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. But Tony, let's talk Everton. Let's talk Everton, my friend. Obviously, as I said, City 2 points behind us now. They play before us, so we're gonna know that result beforehand. That they'll go top. So it's all down to Arsenal. This is sort of the first real time. I don't know about you. This is the first real time this season where we've been in this sort of situation where I think, we actually dropped down to second, and we have to do our thing, to actually respond against what City are going to do. So this will be interesting to see under lights in their new stadium. Everton's always been that tough place away from home. Like last season was a 1-1 draw. The year before that was only like, I think 1-0. And then I remember we lost 2-1 there a few years ago. Like it's always been a very difficult ground to go to. And they'll be really up for it under lights, as I said, 8 p.m. kickoff. There's some decent news. Well, positive for us that they're missing some of their key players due to the African Cup of Nations.
Oh, that's for sure.
Iliam Ndiaye will not be there. Idrissa Gueye in the midfield.
Gueye after the AFCON competition.
AFCON. And I don't know if you heard, Jack Grealish is very doubtful for the game. I don't know if he'll make it.
He's injured. Grealish is injured for the game.
He's
injured.
That's
what I heard. He's injured, bro.
He's been brilliant.
He's injured. That's brilliant. And one more icing on the cake. Dewsbury Shaw is out of that game too, bro. Dewsbury is also out of that matchup. See, bro, we could just stroll into this park at Merseyside, on Saturday, and do our thing. But the thing there is that, this naughty football clubs, they want to keep a low block because that's the only way you can effectively get points. And mostly when your soldiers, your foot soldiers, are out. Grealish will be out. Ndiaye will be out. Gueye will be out. Dewsbury Shaw will be somewhere else. Dewsbury Hall, sorry, not Dewsbury Shaw. Dewsbury Hall will be out too. So I mean, it is what it is. They will pack the bus. But how many times have we seen Arsenal struggle to break low block? And it's a big problem. That's my only scare. Breaking this low block, because there will be low block come this Saturday, because I don't think they would I don't think their midfield would engineer anything, so they would just resort to blocking the post. And of course they do have tall foot soldiers manning their central defense in Keane, and of course in Tarkowski. These are seasoned Premiership defenders. Maybe not at the top of their game. Maybe not at the top of their game, but I mean, they are home. They've made that home their home. They beat Nottingham Forest 3-0 at some point a couple of weeks ago or a week ago. They beat one other team 1-0. Was it Bournemouth? They beat 1-0. I know they beat a team 1-0 a couple of weeks ago. So they're not looking real bad themselves, though.
I think they're 10 for 9
they faced Chelsea, but Chelsea, I don't know how Chelsea did that, bro. Chelsea beat them 2-0. And what Chelsea used to beat them, because Chelsea was equally poor in that game too. Chelsea injected just a little bit of pace into that game, and that was when they got the ball and more, and they got the goals more. But again, Palmer scored with an injection of pace. See, it's simple. We need to be fast. We need our players with pace to run at them, run at the defense. We need Eze there. Yeah, we need Eze concocting and pulling the strings from the middle of the park. Throw Odegaard to the bench. Yeah, throw him to the bench. We need Eze down there to exploit those spaces, get those 1v1s. He likes to take on players. That's what he does. He takes on players. So when he takes on players, he opens up those spaces Trossard will be on the left-hand side trying to open up those spaces while attacking them at the same time. He's a big goal threat. He can help us out. And I don't really trust O'Brien to be on his A game when he plays, against Bukayo Saka. I really do think that O'Brien is going to be run ragged on the day, so he better prepare for war because, if Madueke even starts, because I want Madueke to start, because I think his encroachment into the final third of that Everton 18-yard box will be Everton's undoing. He's going to open up those spaces. Bro, trust me, he's going to be opening up those spaces. But you know what, yeah? Funny enough, in this game, this is the kind of game I want to see Gyökeres start, though. This is the kind of game I want to see. Remember,
he's going to be up against Tarkowski. He's a big guy.
Exactly. These are big, strong, tall, huge, 6 foot plus, muscular players, bro. These are hard players, bro. So initially, it's going to be tough. So you need that tough guy to actually, kind of like just hold off those center halves. In this Arteta system, customarily, he would have to drop down deep at times. But when you're playing against an Everton that's toothless, you might not need to drop down deep that much because Arsenal will be with the ball most of the time. So you might not really need to drop down deep in most cases. You might just be in and about, just maybe outside the 18-yard box. Sometimes you'll be in the mix, trying to hold off Tarkowski and Kane. And those are two tough centre backs. When you're holding them off, it opens up more spaces towards the left, towards the right. Saka was doing his own thing against O'Brien, while Madueke can be doing his thing against Mikolenko, and it will open up. Gaia is not down there to support Mikolenko in this one, so it's going to be pretty much open. They might have to trust in the kids, So it is what it is. It is what it is. So let's just see how this one works. But I think it will be another pack the bus situation. We have to be very careful about this one. It's going to be a pack the bus situation. Yeah, I see it. Real pack the bus situation. And it's going to be worse because these defenders are more suited to that pack the bus system. The Wolves team, I mean, Mosquera is a poor defender. Yeah, he's looking for bombs to tap instead of defending properly. Yeah. But these guys are more seasoned, serious defenders, seasoned Premiership defenders like Tarkowski. They're ready to die on the shield, just defending for the football club. So this is where we need Gyokeres to hold off those centre halves quite a bit, run circles around that back four quite a bit, and just draw them out just a little bit. That's where we need Trossard to just delve into opening up that space that will be available. By the way, if Eze is also pulling the strings from the middle. So if Eze is walking through the middle, open up spaces in the middle, and Trossard is also doing the same down the left-hand side. Bro, trust me, bro. They will break. They will break because they don't have any outlet to walk the ball out of their defense. So they're consistently going to be on the siege. They don't have Disbury Hall to help them out as an outlet to get the ball away, to hold onto the ball. Disbury Hall keeps the ball quite well, holds onto the ball, technically gifted also. Grealish also is that kind of player that could hold onto the ball, conjure some certain kind of magic and cause problems too for us. Mostly those fast breaks, transitions and counter-attacks. But he's a big doubt for this game. He's not going to be here. So we don't have to be afraid of that. Gaia isn't really that here because Gaia is that strong man in the middle that they always have to actually do the mop-up job in the middle of the park. He's not going to be here, it's down there at the AFCON. So it's pretty much going to be open. It's just Arsenal look the ball. In fact, you don't even need Odegaard to drop in deep to get the ball. because Odegaard always drops down deep to get the ball from the defense. So you don't even need that now. So you just send the ball directly. Raya sends the ball directly down to, Timber or whoever, and from there, straight ahead. That midfield is completely open. Only Ghana that will be there, and Ghana isn't the strongest in the park anyway. So it is what it is. It's straight to the defense. Pickford doesn't like shots. Pepper that post with shots, and Pickford will card to those shots. I don't want it to be like what happened against Wolves, where we had to wait for our first shot on goal to be in the 71st minute. We have to start peppering that post from the get-go, and let Pickford know that he's up for an afternoon, with pain. Like welcome him to the house of pain after the first 10 minutes, and then they'll know what's coming. But we really have to open up spaces and tear them apart. It's gonna be a low block thing again.
It's why my prediction, I'm saying 1-0. 1-0 to us, Tony. Very, very tight game. As you said, low block it. David Moyes is the manager as well, and he's done it a few times against us when he was at West Ham. Do you remember last 2 years ago when they came to the Emirates and he beat us 2-0 with West Ham? So, and he did it last season as well. Like we struggled against him last season. The 0-0 last season as well when he came to the Emirates, and it was 0-0 against Everton, and they won 1 at Goodison Park. So he's very well organised when he plays against us, I feel like, and he'll do very similar, I think. But it's all about trying to break down that low block, man, because we tend to struggle, don't we? What's been getting us out of jail, though, is a few set pieces against these types of sides, I feel like, this season. So that's why I'm saying maybe like a 1-0 to the Arsenal, man. Like lineup-wise, Tony, I think it'd be pretty similar, right? Raya in goal. Timber's going to play right back because we ain't got no Ben White, obviously. Saliba and Nkapie. Kala back at left back. Midfield 3 would probably be Rice, Zubi, and either one of Eze or Odegaard. I don't know who he's going to go for. And then the front.
Well, who's more suited for this game, though? Eze or Odegaard?
For me, Eze, because we're playing against a low block. And the mistake that Arteta made is, you remember he put Eze against Aston Villa on the left wing. He should have played him centrally against Aston Villa. The way how they play, right?
That's true. And he looked dropped down the left-hand side, right?
Exactly, bro. So maybe Eze down the middle, but I've got a feeling he may go Odegaard in there. I don't know why for this type of game. I don't know why, but we'll see with that one. And then you mentioned you want Gyökeres there.
I want Gyökeres there. Yeah, because it's going to be a day where we're going to be fighting up against big, tall, strong defenders in Tarkowski and who's the other guy, Keane. And of course, Mikolenko will have to drop in deep again to also help out too. Before, Gaia would be that last stop before they encroach into Mikolenko. But now that Gaia is out there, I don't know who they're going to replace him with down there. But because Gaia used to help out Mikolenko when there's a surge down that side. But he's not there, on the day. He's at AFCON. So Mikolenko is exposed right now. But again, it doesn't extricate the fact that Mikolenko, Keane, and Tarkowski are big, tall, strong 6'2+ defenders that could actually defend. They can defend. And they have a pretty much good defensive record this season. I think probably maybe they've considered like maybe 17 or 18 goals. I don't know. You could check it.
Well, to be fair, they're 9th in the Premier League. They're only 2 points.
They're 9th, bro. They're not pushovers, bro.
Bro,
they are no pushovers, bro.
They're only 2 points off of 5th place, by the way, Everton. They're 2 points off of 5th place. That's mental.
Exactly.
Yeah. Gyökeres starts, and then I agree with you. Noni Madueke's got to start, surely.
Yeah.
He's got to start.
I mean, it was an unused substitute, in that game against Wolves, right?
Exactly. Big up.
It was unused, right?
Big up.
Yeah, big up to Longhead. He had to say, big up Tony and Josh. Don't listen to Tony. He don't have the answer.
Big up, yeah, man. Hope you were good.
Longhead is still basking in the euphoria of beating Tottenham Hotspur. Nottingham Forest beat Tottenham Hotspur.
3-0, wasn't it? Yeah.
This man has danced in the Market Square. He's gone to Canterbury to dance in the Market Square down there. I mean, he might go to Nottingham Forest and just dance in the forest. About that. But I would see him tomorrow. Longhead is my friend. I will be seeing him tomorrow in our show, Paint the Tube Red, tomorrow with Longhead Yeti. Yeah, Josh, you were saying something.
Aces as well, saying Deji's looking for you, Tony Claude, as well.
Yeah, they're looking for me. Yeah, because they know that our team is not looking that good now. So all of them are looking to, Longhead Yeti looking for me. Deji's looking for me everywhere. I mean, and mostly now that Arsenal is having this civil war, that's been fought, within ourselves and this bickering within ourselves about Gyökeres. Everyone is looking for me to to clip me up, but I'm dodging them, hiding them. I don't want to be in any of them.
But no, we were saying obviously Noni didn't get used, did he? At all against Wolves. Didn't even start the game, and I was very surprised that he didn't start the game because he's been playing really well. So I think he's got to get starting there surely. If Trossard's fully fit, I mean, he goes back in there, doesn't he, as well, Tony? The way how he's been playing this season, been one of our best attackers. Well, he has been our best attacker, full stop, people. So that should be enough. But it will be, as you said, there are no pushovers, man. Away from home, under the lights, in their new stadium as well. First season going to their new stadium.
Yeah.
Even with their injury players and their AFCON players, it's still going to be a very difficult game, and we will have the feeling of seeing Man City probably win as well. So that'll be in the players' mind, I'm sure, because they're going to know it before the game that Man City have got the job done against West Ham, and they go above us. So there's going to be a bit of pressure on Arsenal, and let's see how we deal with it, man. But I'm going 1-0. What's your prediction, bro? Tony, what are you going with?
Let's not act as if this is not a must-win game. This is a must-win game.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's a must-win game. And again, I don't think. I mean, you've created this narrative that's going to be a very tough one. I mean, but wait, yeah. So let's talk about this. Yeah, why do teams deem it fit to just keep a low block against us? I mean, we're not talking about this thing, yeah. How will Wolves come keep a low block against us? How would West Ham keep a low block against us? Bro, all these teams are keeping low blocks against us, bro.
And but it works, right?
It's very funny, man. No one wants to play football against us.
But it works for them, though. We struggle against low blocks, don't you think? We struggle to break them down.
I know we struggle, but I mean, there should be some team that should have the cojones to actually just, I mean, just play football, bro. And that's why our games are always very boring. Bro, did you see that game, Bournemouth against Man United, bro?
The 4-4.
Did you see how they play, bro?
4-4, bro. Wow.
they just opened the defenses like a Tesco shop, 24 hours, round the clock, round the corner, bro. You would never see that against Arsenal, bro. They just block the whole post to be a boring fest of Arsenal moving the ball sideways, trying to find an opening. Bro, this team's, bro. I don't know.
But the thing is,
I think we'll win the game 2-1.
Do you remember that season? Yeah, I'll tell you the first team who started this low block stuff. Do you remember that season when we was in that first year in the title race in 22-23 when we was playing beautiful free flying football? Yeah, proper ripping teams apart. Everyone was like thinking, "Wow, like we was scoring goals for fun and all that." When we played Newcastle in I think January, right? The 0-0 game, if you guys remember that. That's the first team that came to the Emirates and sussed out how we played. Because they was a lot more physical than us, and they just sat back the whole time, and we couldn't break them down. We had chances, but we just couldn't break them down. Ever since that Newcastle game, many teams, I think, have found a way to, play against us. And you can't deny, majority of the games for them, it worked. I mean, last season we had 14 draws. Some of these teams that we played, they was coming to our home stadium and it was getting something against us. Because that's the way because if you go to, and you've seen it in the Champions League, Tony, how different it is, right? How different style of players. When we go toe to toe against these teams in Champions League, you look at the PSV game last season, we scored 7 past them, right? Real Madrid, we scored 3 past them. This season, Bayern Munich, we scored 3 past them as well. It's completely different, isn't it? Like, I don't see that in the Champions League too much where they come and low block it against us. So this is what the teams are gonna do, and we have to keep finding a way to break it down. But he says you can't beat a low block because your manager has never solved it or tried to. He just cries about it. Big up Yeti, man.
Big up Yeti, man.
So you've gone. What's your prediction again? Sorry, did you give it
2-1?
Oh, 2-1. Okay, 2-1 to Arsenal.
I'm thinking 2-1, and I'm thinking this is Aze's game. Aze and Trossard. It has to be their game. It has to be their game. It has to be their game. And Aze, I don't know. I would prefer Aze to start, but if he's gonna take off Aze, I would prefer Aze to start in the second half, because Aze is a moments player. It's that kind of guy that could just conjure something at any time, at any moment. So if we're fighting in deep, it has to go down to the dregs. Aze is that kind of guy that could bail us out. He could score the winner, but Arteta just hacking him out in the first half. Bro, it doesn't look good, bro. I mean, to me, it doesn't look good. In Crystal Palace, is the guy that bails them out. He scores the final goals. He scores the winning goals, bro. So, I mean, to just hack him off, bro. I mean, I'm not a fan of that. If he wants to, share the time between Odegaard and Eze, I understand. Then allow Odegaard to start, no problems. But then bring in Eze quicker if nothing is going on with Odegaard. Then bring him quicker so that he can be in that second half when they have tired legs. Then he could now, because they'll be so tired, weary after the whole incursive, display from Arsenal, encroaching into their final third, malhandling them, running the tired, and then to come and face Eze, who's technically gifted in taking on players 1v1, 1v2. He can do it. It's in his wheelhouse. So they'll be already tired, where he can bring them out a little bit, while Trossard can just find spaces in between. Saka can be cutting into the right hand side with those looped up passes. Bro, if everything goes well, we could win this matchup, bro. We just need to have the proper starting lineup for this game.
Yeah, for sure. So I've gone 1-0. Tony's gone 2-1. Let's end on a bit of news for January looking ahead, because there's some talk about, I don't know if you've seen it, Tony, but this baller here, man, he is the star boy for Juventus. Let me share this. Mr. Kenan Yildiz. I saw that, bro. So we're pushing hard to sign Kenan Yildiz. We also had that there's genuine sort of interest for Kenan Yildiz. Contract talks ongoing, but they've stalled. The transfer fee will be significant, and it's one to watch closely. So this guy is struggling to get a new deal at Juventus, Tony. Now, this guy, I've seen him quite a bit. He is top class, man. He could play in the number 10. He could play on the right. He could play on the left. He could play anywhere in the attack, bro. And he's a player that just gets you on the edge of your seat. Every time he gets a ball, bro, he's so direct, right? He's unpredictable. He makes stuff happen, He doesn't play robotic like most of these winners do nowadays. People, he gets the ball, he drives with it, he tries to make stuff happen, man. This would be a very, very good signing. Only 20 years old as well. I think we're going to be looking ahead in the left winger position as well to strengthen there. But as I said, he'll be a very, very good signing. What are you saying about this guy, man? Kenan Yildiz to Arsenal, Tony. Can we see another
I think he's a cool forward, bro. I look at him more as a forward player.
Yeah.
than as a main striker kind of guy, though. And again, I see similarities between him and Gyökeres. That's another thing. I see similarities between him and Gyokeres, serious similarities. Yeah, sometimes he depends on looked up balls where we would have to, be on the run, get the ball, and he makes magic happen. But the thing there is that his turns are quite sharp. He's quick. He looks quick on the ball.
He's
I don't know
rapid, mate.
between him and Gyokeres, who's more faster, who's more quicker. But I would like to give it to this guy.
Oh yeah,
I think it's fast. It's fast. I've seen its movement, bro. It's quick. It's lightning. It's quick. It's fast. He makes great runs, and and again, he scores goals. He scores goals. He knows where the post is. He scores goals. So, I mean, it is what it is, yeah. And again, he's a young player, and I've found out that younger players, yeah, that come to Arsenal, it doesn't really take them much time to be able to acclimatize to a system. Yeah, it's mostly the older players that are like 25, 26, 27, or maybe from 26, 27, that it's so difficult for them to just kind of like acclimatize or just, eat up a system. Like Gyökeres is struggling now. Mind you, he's not a young guy as people think he is. He's about 27, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Or thereabout, yeah. But just imagine Madueke coming from Chelsea. Because he's young, he's only 22, 23, bro. He can really adapt to any system quicker because he hasn't been spoiled with so many systems in his playing career. So he can really take up a system and adapt to it. So this Gilmat guy, I think I like him, bro. I think I like him, but is it the right one? If it's me, I'll be looking at Viktor Osimhen right now, bro.
Osimhen.
Bro, if it's me, bro, F all these experiments, bro. Let's just forget the experiments. Let's go for the main. Someone that's proven, yeah, that he can score goals, bro.
I'll give you a name as well, yeah? You mentioned Osimhen. What about Julian Alvarez?
Ooh.
I like him a lot, man.
The big one. I've also been looking at Alvarez for us. And again, he fits into the Arteta system too. Because he can drop in deep when he needs to.
Yeah.
He drops in deep. He's that kind of player. Coming from the channels, runs the channels quite often. He can be a point man if you want him to. Could drop down deep to be a false nine if you want him to. He has technical abilities in his play. Could dribble 1v1, 1v2 is a killer. That's our center front goal. When he came down here to the league, he scored about 17 goals with Man City, and that's as a backup player, bro.
As a backup.
As a backup dancer, bro. Can you imagine, bro? As a backup dancer, bro. So, do the maths. If he comes into the football club, do you know what it's going to do? It's going to tear shit up, bro.
Oh, cool.
So, in as much as I like this guy, I think it's Julian Alvarez that will suit our system more. Or you just go for broke and bring in Osimhen, who would let's just know that, okay, if you're going for a traditional striker, okay, just go for Osimhen. Yeah. But if you want someone who we feel can be able to work his magic seamlessly into the system, yeah, it got to be Alvarez. It got to be Alvarez.
Do you not think if we went for Osimhen, we'd have similar issues to what we have in Gyökeres, though? Do you not think they're similar type of players, though?
They are similar, but I don't know. It is what it is. But again, you can't even answer that question. You know why? Because Arteta has not really given us reason to actually feel like he can work with strikers.
Yeah.
He hasn't really been the guy to work with strikers, isn't it?
Exactly.
Like to really get them scoring goals and bagging goals like that. We've not seen that. So it's an Arteta thing. But the fact is that Arteta is here and he's going nowhere.
Yeah.
He's going nowhere, bro. We know that for a fact. unless we want to deceive ourselves and say, "Oh, he's going." He's not going anywhere. I've seen him come and they kept him in this football club. So, bro, if he didn't go at that time, is it now he would go? Now he's raking in Champions League money for them. Do you think now is the time he's gonna go? I don't think so. So we're screwed. We're screwed in everywhere. It's crazy, bro. Yeah. It's crazy. We have Gyökeres can't score goals. Eze is looking drab. We have injuries everywhere. White is injured for up to 1 month. Bro, we're finished, bro. So we're just running on a thread right now and on bare bones, and we just hope that we can survive the scare before our players start coming back. Mostly Gabby Magalhaes. If he comes back, at least I know that our bailout in terms of set piece goals would now be, at least we now have that one at, as a backup plan, bro. That backup plan, bro, it's a weapon of mass destruction. We need it. We need that backup just in case any of our strikers just, mess the whole shit up. And then, 78-minute winner from Gabriel Magalhaes header from set piece. I mean, bro, Longet Yeti can cry from here to there, but if that 78-80-minute winner comes in from a set piece, bro, I'll be dancing on my watch alongs, bro.
Yeah, 100%, man. But Tony, my friends, we've been going as always. This show, man, is lit.
Big up Miss Melina.
Yeah,
I'm to have a show with Miss Melina tomorrow. But I'm seeing a text. She's saying, "Oh, okay, I have to check it out." But big up to Miss Melina. We're supposed to have a show tomorrow, but I'll see what happens. But me and Longet Yeti have a show tomorrow too, so we'll work out the time and I'll let you guys know early enough when I come back from work tomorrow. So it is what it is. People, subscribe to my channel, people. Everyone in Just channel, please make sure you subscribe to Tony Claude Gunner TV. I mean, we work together. We do Champions League nights, people. I mean, Josh, are you not missing Champions League nights?
I'm missing it. I'm missing it. I'm missing it, man. I'm missing it. I'm missing it, bro. I'm missing it. It returns in January, guys, against Inter as well. Inter away. That'd be a very interesting game. So
that would be a big one.
Definitely, man. But yeah, Tony, we've been going literally almost 2 hours, man. Like as always, bro.
It's 2 hours now, bro.
Lit, man. Honestly, like.
Yeah, bro.
You guys see this chemistry, man. Like me.
Big up to E-Ross. E-Ross is the boss. Big ups.
E-Ross.
Miss Melina, big ups. Longet Yeti, big ups.
E-Ross's new name is class, by the way. E-Ross the boss, mate. Love it.
E-Ross the boss. I was the one to call him that, but he's forgotten. E-Ross the boss. I was the one that called him that, but he's totally forgotten.
But yes,
Tony, E-Ross is a great guy.
What have you got coming up on your channel this week? Then let the people know, man. Everything you're coming up.
See people, subscribe to my channel. That's the most important thing. Yeah, even if you don't like me because I talked about Gyökeres in that light, please. I'm just saying the truth, people. Man City are at our backs. They're coming. We can't tweak the system just yet. A system that has kept us in the Champions League. A system that's kept us at the summit of the Premier League. For us to just treat that whole system, we don't know what we're gonna get. Instead, let's use the players that we have in our armory and make sure that Gyökeres plays in that same system and thrives. And until he fully gains our trust, then you would see the system we're working for him. Because those same players that are playing in that system, rather than passing to our outlets in Bukayo Saka, in Madueke, or in Trossard, will now look for him because he's a trusted candidate to get the goals for them. Or he would be in a more better situation, better form, better confidence to actually score those goals. So it is what it is. I'm not saying Gyökeres in no way is no shitty player. I still think he's a bagsman. He's just a victim of circumstances to the system. So let's just help him out with the situation. But yet, let's make sure that other players who could be able to help us get advantage, help us get the advantage while we shoehorn Gyokeres to get to better form. I think that's what works for us. So people, make sure you subscribe to my channel. My channel is Tony Claude Gunner TV. So people, please make sure you go in right now and subscribe to my channel. It helps me out, people. Make sure you do that. And tomorrow, I don't know, Miss Melina might be canceling our show tomorrow. I think she has something to do. But anyway, it might be me and Miss would come up with an announcement later on. I have Longhead Yeti tomorrow. Me and Yeti, we have a new show called Paint the Tube Red. It's a great show. We'll do it quite different. It's not really like an everyday show. You know, it's kind of like we'll look into the Premiership games into each week, and we'll also talk about the past games where we have a lot of fun and Longhead Yeti is someone that I call my friend because he's someone I could just sit down, you know, and just talk about football. You know, there's no stress. You don't have to think about stats to start, you know, pouring down on the show. You don't need to start thinking about Gyokeres and all that stuff. We just talk about football, and it just comes, you know, from the heart, and that's why I like Yeti. So I'll be with him tomorrow, probably maybe around 7 or 8 o'clock. I'll let you know, depending on if I have that show with Miss Melina tomorrow. I'll let you guys know. But me and Yeti will be on tomorrow. I'll be having a solo show tomorrow afternoon, where I'll be having my soliloquies in the afternoon. So you know, talk about the state of the club, talk about our next game, and talk about some Arsenal news tomorrow afternoon. That should be around 3 p.m. UK time. I should be having that show. Then me and Yeti will be back around 7 or 8 p.m. tomorrow. Then I'll be doing the watch along for the matchup on Saturday, people. Me and Bagger will be in the house. We're doing that matchup against Everton. I might also be doing a watch along because the football season is over for the Christmas. Floorball season is over. Handball season is over. So I won't be having any referee shifts on the you know, at that time. So I'll be doing a watch along for the Manchester City matchup. Anyone who's interested in popping in can pop in. And I'll be having that matchup, Everton versus Arsenal. So pretty packed week of lots of shows. Me and I'm looking on doing a show also with Dr. Seymour. Dr. Seymour is in our WhatsApp group. So hopefully I get him on, and then we'll do a show. And then me and Oregon Gunner might also do a post-game show too. So lots of show galore, people. So this is what it is. Come mess with my channel, people. 12 o'clock on the TV. Subscribe, like, subscribe, people.
Yeah, anyone in my channel as well. He's in Tony's channel was pinned to the chat. Click that, go over to there. You just hit 3K.
Yeah, please, people, help me out, people. Help me out.
You're on 3K, bro. Congratulations. Yeah, you're on 3K now, bro. You're doing well.
Yeah. I recently got to 3K.
Yeah,
I recently got to 3K. Man. Oh, Longhead Yeti gifts me £2.
Big up.
It's a sports killer tomorrow. Big up, Tony.
I gotta tune in for this one. Wait, would it be on your channel tomorrow, Tony? Or Yeti's channel?
We multicast it to each other's channel. Yeah. But I don't know if the multicast doesn't work. I'm doing it on my channel, so it depends. I'll talk to him about it. We'll see who is gonna do it or who is not, because we need that thing to work for us tomorrow. Maybe StreamYard or I don't know, Streamlabs. But these things are very expensive though these days. Yeah.
Oh, StreamYard is
paying 40 quid, bro.
A month, bro, by the way, people.
Bro, what is this?
It's crazy.
Bro, when our channels are not Dan Ports or AFTV, bro, what is this, bro? Why do the poor guy have to suffer? Why do we have to suffer like this, bro? It's the poor channels that suffer this much, bro. $40, $20, all this. It's too much, bro. But it is what it is.
It is what it
but
is,
Josh,
man.
Bro, you have a big channel, bro. Come on, man. You know, even if I'm complaining of £20, £40, you shouldn't be complaining. You're a big channel, bro.
Yeah? The thing for me, StreamYard, even if I pay for it, it's so laggy. I don't know what it is for me. When I use my Mac on it, it kicks me out all the time. That's why I moved to Restream like this. So Restream does a job though for me, man. You know, it it's not the biggest problem. I would prefer to use StreamYard, but I get all the lagging going on, and it's ruining it. So we're sick of this, man. But Rory's in the chat as well. That's our guy as well. Big up to Rory. He says class show, lads.
Yeah, big up to Rory. Rory, another friend of ours.
Exactly.
You know, and me and Rory still have to talk because I'm seeing Rory, you know, he's talking tough about this Gyokeres thing. I mean, I'm seeing him on the bro, and I'm like, oh my God, Rory, what is, bro? We have to talk, bro. We have to talk, Maggie. We have to talk. Maybe me, you, and Josh will be on Monday. It's possible. Well, let's see.
Yeah, we'll see. Definitely, man.
Yeah. I have to go to that show and have a chat. You know, let's have a chat with our friend. How about that, Josh?
Exactly, Tony.
Let's have a friendly chat with our guy.
Tony, we do not do any of the Civil War stuff, man. Yeah, we have chats with each other, my friend. We have chats with each other.
Exactly, bro.
None of this Civil War stuff, please.
Yeah, no more Civil War stuff, bro. It's too much. No more wars. We want peace, people.
We want
Me
peace,
and Josh want to be peace ambassadors, people. We don't want no wars. We want peace. So
exactly.
This is what it is.
Well said. Exactly.
Yeah. But, thanks, Yeti, for the £2, bro. God bless you.
Big up, Yeti, man. Big up from me and Tony, guys. Have a great rest of your evenings, people. And the weekends, of course, Friday tomorrow. Everyone enjoy the weekends. Hopefully, Arsenal don't ruin it on the Saturday. Hopefully, we get the job done against Everton. But yeah, Tony, as always, thank you so much, man. Amazing show.
Thank you, my bro. Thank you, my bro.
Big up, everyone. As always.